So hello guys, this is the man BFP4F here once again, back at you with another gameplay commentary, and in this gameplay commentary I will be taking a look at the SVD sniper rifle for your recon class. The SVD designated marksman rifle or Dragunov sniper rifle is a gas-operated semi-automatic sniper rifle developed in the Soviet Union by Yevgeny Dragunov. It fires the 7.62 x 54mm rounds, and it's not meant for highly trained and specialized sniper teams, but rather for designated marksmen. It has served in a lot of wars, including the Vietnam War, and nowadays it sees extensive use in several countries including Afghanistan, Albania and Pakistan. Now the gameplay that you are seeing will have two parts to it. The first part will be without any attachments, signified by the red dot with an X through it. Whenever you see this red dot with an X through it on your screen, you will know that the gameplay that you are watching is without any attachments. This is to see how the weapon performs in its bare bones state without any attachments. At the end, however, I will have the red dot without the X through it, signifying that the gameplay is with attachments. So you can see how the weapon performs when it's fully loaded up and equipped with attachments. Now the SVD sniper rifle fires the slowest out of all the semi-automatic sniper rifles to date. It fires at 161 rounds per minute. This can have a good and a bad side to it. It can have a good side to it because it will learn you to pace your shots and not just spam the trigger, meaning that you'll become a more accurate sniper rifleist, if that's even a word, overall. Now it can also be a bad thing, because if an enemy comes up really close and you want to get as many shots off as possible, it will be pretty difficult to do if you are limited by the fire rate cap that the SVD has. Now the SVD has 14 bullets per magazine with 3 magazines to spare. That's nothing out of the ordinary. It's actually pretty standard. The M110 and the M14 both have exactly the same ammo count, so it's nothing out of the ordinary and it's nor good nor bad. The total ammunition that this gives you is 42, so I do recommend that if you're someone that likes to go on longer sprees, I do recommend sticking to assaults so they can provide you with as much ammo as possible. The reload time of this weapon is around 4.3 seconds, as you can see. This is about normal, I'd say. The M110 has a 4-second reload, as well as the M14 and the SKS, so it's a bit slower than your other semi-automatic sniper rifles, so I would recommend reloading behind cover as much as you can. The projectile velocity of the SVD is one of the downsides of the weapon yet again. The projectile velocity of the SVD is 500, which is the slowest out of the... Actually, it's not the slowest, it's tied with SKS for the slowest projectile velocity. This means that at longer ranges it's not really good to get longer range shots with this weapon, because it will take some time for your bullet to travel towards your enemy, and if they're really far away you will have to account for the bullet drop quite a lot. But as you saw at the beginning of the video, it is definitely possible even without any attachments. Now the deviation of the SVD is one of the worst out of all the semi-automatic sniper rifles, but if you pace your shots properly, like the fire rate cap suggests you do, you can get some really accurate shots off with the SVD, even though it has really high deviation. And that's why I would recommend trying to go for medium range shots first before going for close range shots or long range shots, because you want to get the rate of fire down of the weapon so you can maximize the accuracy of the weapon. Now the recoil of the SVD is nothing bad. Here you can see a comparison between the recoil of the weapons with and without attachment. It's not that big of a difference, but it is definitely a difference. So I would recommend slapping on some attachments on it, but if you don't, that's perfectly fine. The recoil of the weapon is kinda in between the SKS, the M14 and the M110. It's nothing too bad and it's nothing too low. So I would recommend learning the recoil first by maybe firing against the wall like I did, and then actually engaging your enemies, because if you get caught off guard and you cannot control your recoil properly, you will die. Now the ADS time of the default scope is 0.25 seconds, which is exactly the same as all the other semi-automatic sniper rifles, so I wouldn't say that's a bad thing nor a good thing. Now the damage that the SVD does is kinda in between all the other semi-automatic sniper rifles. I'd say it's a bit high, but nothing out of the ordinary. At close range, it does 37 to 44 damage for a body shot and 78 to 92 damage for a headshot. At medium range, it does 31 damage and 35 for body shot and 65 to 74 damage for headshots. At longer ranges, however, it does 26 to 30 damage and 55 to 63 damage if you're busting headshots. Keep in mind this is all without attachments, so if you use anything such as Viper Max, Piranha Max or Stinger Max, it will buff up your damage quite a bunch. Now the range of the SVD is nothing out of the ordinary. It's pretty normal. I'd say it's more on the high side. The M14 does have a bit lower range than the SVD does, but the range that the SVD should be used at is definitely medium range. I forgot at what rank this weapon is unlocked at, but I do know the fund prices of this weapon. This weapon can be purchased for 1,249 funds to buy permanent if you buy it with funds, and 45,000 credits when you buy it with credits. And this is an ordinary price, nothing out of the ordinary like the M14, which is one of the cheapest guns to get for your recon class. Now I recommend anybody to buy this weapon if they are looking to improve their game and improve their aim. What I mean by that is, this weapon is not a really good weapon to use if you're going for awesome gameplays. However, if you want to get good at the game and improve your aim, you will find this weapon to be really helpful, because this weapon teaches you to engage your enemies at the ranges that your weapon is best at, which in this case is medium range. If you use this weapon at close to long range, it can work, but it will not shine, and you will get outgunned at close range by PDWs and SMGs and even assault rifles, and get outgunned by on long range by bolt action sniper rifles. And thus I recommend using this weapon at medium range. This weapon is also really good to training your aim with, because it learns you to actually, after every shot you take, you have to re-aim at your target, and it will on the long run improve your aim for every weapon. Now if you clicked on the summary button at the beginning of the video, you will now be taken to this part of the video where I'll do my final verdict about the weapon. Now the weapon fires at 161 rounds per minute, which is a good thing and a bad thing. It will teach you to pace your shots, but at close range you can lag, because this weapon is not good when spammed. It has a default ammo count of 14 bullets per magazine, with 3 magazines to spare, and that's nothing out of the ordinary. It reloads at around 4.3 seconds, which is not really bad. It's a bit slower than the other semi-automatic sniper rifles, but if you reload behind cover, you should be good. It has a low projectile velocity, so keep in mind at longer ranges you will have to lead your target quite a bit, and actually aim a bit higher above your target than you would do with other sniper rifles. The deviation of this weapon is one of the worst for all the semi-automatic sniper rifles, but if you pace your shots correctly, like the rate of fire suggests, you should be good, because if you fire this weapon too quickly, the deviation will get out of hand. I recommend this weapon to anybody looking for a nice challenge and a good way to improve your aim, and that's why I give it a 6 out of 10 rating. If you like this weapon review, please give it a like rating, it helps me out a lot. And if you want to see more videos such as these, maybe consider subscribing. Well, this has been your man BFP4F, and I'm out.